Alright guys, it's been about a week since we had almost 30 inches of snow here. We finally gotten dug out. It's still very cold here in the lock lab. It's like 24 degrees according to the thermometer. But I couldn't wait. Gilbert sent a new package of challenge locks. This is challenge number 3. I still have not gotten his number 1 open yet. But this is what the bitting looks like on this one. And let's see if we can get it big. Works very, very smoothly. Let me get the clamp and we will clamp this baby up and see if we can't do it without that stinking key. Alright guys, this is about my 4th attempt. My hands just got too cold. It really is about 24 degrees in the lab right now. But anyway, let's try this one again. I got my hands thawed out with a heater and hopefully we can get this thing without that stinking key. Alright, I'm going to use a 15 thousandths gem. From the previous attempts, I can tell you this thing has serratids in it. A lot of them. But it does seem to give a little bit of feedback. You can see on the core there, I hope. Very slight feedback on the pins. If you keep the tension very, very light. I have not gotten it picked, but there you go. There's some good counter rotation on pin 3. Come on, baby. That feels like pin 1. Little counter rotation. Got a little bit of a false set going. I'm on pin 6, counter rotation. Got a good click on him. I am suspecting probably pin and pin as well, since Gilbert is so good at that. There's pin 2 again. We got a very deep false set going. Okay, that was pin 3. I just touched him. I think that was probably an inner pin because it took so little pressure on the pick. Okay, there's pin 3 again, counter rotation. Nice solid click on him. Okay, pin 2. I got a click, but nothing happened to the core. And pin 3 again. Another click. Okay, that was pin 2 and the core did turn that time. And I'm on pin 2 again. Pin 4, counter rotation. Okay, that was pin 4, very slight upward tension. I'm convinced this is pin and pin again. Because it feels like the outer pin takes a lot of pressure and the inner pin just takes a little bit. Pin 5, counter rotation. Okay, there's 5, got him. Nice solid click on him. Pin 2 again with counter rotation. And come on, baby. There we go. Nice deep false set going. Deeper, if that's possible. Okay, there was pin 3, probably an inner pin. Took very little upward pressure. And the core turned even further. That was a warding, that wasn't a pin, I don't think. Came on 2, a little bit of counter rotation. Pin 1. I think we got to click on, okay, on pin 2 again. What a lock. Not your normal sergeant. Okay, pin 3. Come on. That's pin 2. With the counter rotation, he's still very deep. There we go. Ooh, nasty, nasty. Gilbert, what do you got in this thing? Alright. What do we need? We have a key for this, so I can lock it back up. Let's take the back off of there. Wow, that's tight. Wow, that's really tight. Try a larger screwdriver. Larger handle. Well, there's no Loctite on it. It was just really torqued in there well. And this one too. Again, no Loctite. Just really in there. Alright, let's put this in there. Make sure she works. And make sure we have the right size. Here we go. There's a double split. Cool. Alright, serrated. That first one is a double, homemade one. That is interesting. We're going to have to take a closer look at pin 3 and pin 4 and pin 5. These are all homemade pin-in pins. And if you look closely at this, I hope you can make that out. Every one of these is counter milled on, looks like on both sides. Very nice. And Gilbert's done that to us before. Alright, before we take a look at those key pins, let's go ahead and pull these out. I'll try to be careful because usually these pin-in-pins are quite... That is a pin-in-pin. I think you can see it there. And it's just barely hanging in there. So not too much spring tension on that little guy. Wow. Very nasty looking. Put him in the way he's supposed to be. And let's see what we got here. Okay, another pin-in-pin. Oh my god, he's got 2 serrated outer pins. See if I can get him up here without dropping him. Same, he has a single outside serrated. I take it back, that's a double outside serrated. I'll pull him apart in just a moment. And as I'm looking down here, I'm seeing serrations on the inside of the lock body itself. This one came apart. It is another one of the homemade. Let's see if I can get that little piece out. Another serrated one. There's all your springs. Let's get this little guy up here. He goes right there. Another one. I'm surprised I got this open, guys. And this should be l'ultima. The last one. What in the world? He's below the shear line and it is serrated. I'm just going to turn this upside down here. Looks like pin 6 is actually stuck. Pin 6 is there. Come on, baby, focus. He's there, but he's stuck in the bottom by the serrations. Let's see if I can't find something, a probe, and maybe work him loose. There he is. another one of the pin-in-pins. I'm not sure if he was stuck the entire time. I know I picked him, so I doubt it, but he got hung up on the serrations. That's how good they are. All right, let me move this so it doesn't fall off. Let's look at it first. So we got serrations pretty much on every single cylinder. And when we look at these, you'll notice these key pins are the pin-in-pin style. So we have, I'm going to try to get this up here. You put a hole in the top of them, and then the second part of the key pin actually slides down inside of there, so it'll break away. If you reach the shear line, then the key pin falls into the keyway and you believe you've got it picked, when in fact that part that broke away is what's seizing up the cylinder. I got very, very lucky, I think. This is the same inserted, this is the same. This also has the broken away. So every single one of these is designed to trick you into believing that you've got it picked. Then when you look at the upper parts, really interesting. I can't imagine how much work this takes. This is probably the easiest one for me to handle. You'll notice that these also have a breakaway part. They're all hollow. And then the driver fits down. I can do it without too much trouble here. Come here, you little devil. He slides down inside of there just like... Wow, I get the idea. These all have sleeves on the outside. I'll take it off. It's probably easier than trying to put it on. So there's another sleeve. Come off of there. So you see what I mean? Any one of these can get hung up in a shear line. So I don't think there's too much doubt that I was very, very lucky to get into this. Anyway, Gilbert, thank you, sir, for the incredible work on all of your locks. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal.